Good evening. Today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. This is a regular meeting of the Board of Education. Can I get a motion to adjourn to start the meeting? Pete? Second? Allison? All in favor? Okay, pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so I am filling in for Mr. Casson this evening. He's a mild case of laryngitis, so that's why I am sitting here. And we're going to start with student representatives. So Dr. Goodman, you're up.
Yes. So our first student representative tonight is Santiago Ortega Brown. It is my pleasure to introduce Santiago Ortega Brown, a senior at Tuckahoe High School who truly embodies dedication, compassion, and remarkable leadership. Santiago's journey reflects not only his commitment to excellence, but also his desire to uplift others. Inspired by personal experiences and deep empathy, Santiago plans to pursue a degree in mechanical or biomedical engineering with a unique focus on designing affordable, effective prosthetics. Having witnessed firsthand the challenges faced by those with disabilities, both within his own family and among others in the community, Santiago is driven to create solutions that advance equity and accessibility. He was particularly moved by two people in his life: a homeless veteran who had lost his legs and did not have prosthetics that he just happened to see in the city, and a guest speaker from his days at Cottle School who, despite having lost his legs, ran marathons with prosthetics. This is where he gets his idea for equity for all. Santiago's dedication to his dreams shined through his active involvement in Science Olympiad, where he earned 5th place in robotics competition last year. He was also president of Tuckahoe Theater Works, showcasing his talents both musically and behind the scenes, having earned a place in the All-State Symphony as part of our Advanced Strings program as well. His leadership extends into every project he undertakes, whether in academics or extracurriculars, and he is known for his initiative and vision in school projects and community endeavors. Beyond his academic and artistic pursuits, Santiago is an active member of the National Honor Society and the Fuller Center Club, underscoring his commitment to service and community. His remarkable ability to balance a demanding schedule with grace and dedication is a testament to his drive and future leadership potential. We are immensely proud of Santiago and have no doubt that he will make an incredible mark on this world. Please join me in congratulating him for all he has achieved and also in wishing him the very best in his future endeavors. And tonight he will talk to us about athletics in our school community. Thank you.
All right. We want to give a special shout out to all of our fall sports athletes and coaches for an amazing season. Here are some updates on our recent playoffs. Our varsity girls soccer team won the section championship for the first time since 2002. They advanced to the regional championship, where unfortunately their season came to a close in a 2-0 loss to Burke Catholic. Our varsity boys soccer team advanced to the section championship game for the first time since 2018, but unfortunately fell to North Salem. Our varsity cross-country team had an amazing performance at sectionals this past Saturday. Our boys team had 2 runners qualify for states, Owen Jerson and Issa Bastani. For the 3rd year in a row, our entire girls team claimed the section championship and will head to states. Sophia Doherty, Ellie Riley, Kira Devitt, Riley Duty, Charlotte Lally, and Violet Lynn. Our varsity volleyball team won the section championship on Sunday night, defeating the North Salem 3-1. This is the 2nd section championship in a row for our volleyball program. The team plays tonight at 6:30 at Bard College in the regional semifinals. Lastly, our varsity football team will play for the section championship this Friday at 3 p.m. at Mahopac High School. Our winter sports season is rapidly approaching. Tryouts for all our varsity and JV team sports begin on Monday, November 18th. Tryouts for all modified teams begin on Monday, December 2nd. Good luck to all of our athletes trying out in the coming weeks.
Thank you. Next, it is my privilege to introduce Lizzie Halloran, an outstanding senior at Tuckahoe High School. Lizzie has her sights set on a career in medicine with the ambition of specializing in orthopedic surgery. a goal inspired by her own experience of tearing her ACL, which sparked her fascination and intricate in the working of both bones and muscles. Academically, she is excelling in 5 APs, exemplifying her commitment and intellectual rigor as she prepares for her pre-med path. Lizzie's impressive list of college applications reflects her ambition and dedication. She is applying to the University of Pennsylvania and Cornell, with top choices that include the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Georgetown University, Georgia Tech, the University of Georgia, and the University of South Carolina's honors program. This range of prestigious institutions speaks to her drive and potential to thrive in rigorous academic environments. Beyond academics, Lizzie's leadership shines. She serves as vice president of the Italian Society and president of the Art Club, while also leading her peers as captains of the girls' varsity lacrosse team. Additionally, she is a dedicated member of the National Honor Society, the Italian National Honor Society, the Academic Quiz Bowl, and competes in the Chemistry Olympiads. Lizzie's contributions to our school and community through both service and scholarship make her a remarkable representative of Tuckahoe High School, and we are honored to have her here this evening. Thank you.
Over 30 senior students participated in our college essay workshop, where they were able to work one-on-one with college admissions representatives. They were able to receive personalized feedback on their essays and applications. Last Monday, the Tuckahoe High School Guidance Department presented to the 8th and 9th grade parents on New York State high school graduation requirements and preparation strategies, introducing families into the high school and discussing the importance of committing to a challenging academic path that supports both high school success and college readiness. The middle school and high school diversity clubs participated in a special craft project in celebration of Diwali, the Festival of Lights, last week. This event will provide an opportunity for students to learn about and appreciate the cultural significance of Diwali, a holiday celebrated by millions worldwide. The recent celebration of Red Ribbon Week was a truly special event for Tuckahoe Middle and High School. Students enthusiastically signed the pledge to live drug-free and received a red ribbon pin generously donated by the PTA, symbolizing their commitment to this important cause. The week was enriched by the creative efforts of Mrs. Zemba, who organized engaging art projects aligned with the goals of Red Ribbon Week, allowing students to express their support through creativity. Congratulations to seniors Emily Spearbeck and Miles Rivera, who performed with the prestigious area All-State Chorus this past Sunday at New Rochelle High School. This was the second time they both were selected for this elite chorus. Emily and Miles were chosen based upon their NISMA scores they received at the NISMA Festival last spring at Pelham High School. On Saturday, November 9th, the THS debate team competed in its inaugural meet as part of the East Coast High School Public Debate Program. The competition took place in Manhattan, where our debaters faced off against some of the region's most seasoned and prestigious teams, including Hackley School, the United Nations International School, Applied Technology, and Dwight School, to name a few. As of now, we are excited to share that 75% of our seniors have applied to colleges through early action and early decision programs by November 15th deadlines.
And now I know you both are very busy. I think you have some practice still to do, and both of you, by the way, this show is going to be amazing. I've heard you practicing today. It's great. Okay, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Great, excellent. Okay, so that brings us to comments by the board. We're a little bit different order, I think, type of comments, or I guess any committee reports that we may have. So you want to start with Scott? Go down.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what you said. I want to thank Mr. Arthur. Sorry. Good, Gary? Thank you, sorry. Just to piggyback what Lizzie said on the 8th and 9th grade insights on the academic journey last week, I want to thank Mr. Arthur and the guidance department for putting that together. It was well received. Had a lot of parents come up to me throughout after that event to say that they'd like to see this continue, and it was great to see how interested the kids were, and the parents learned a lot from this event, and to have the assistant director of admissions for Manhattan there is a big plus, speaking to the kids and parents. And also tonight, Mr. Arthur's doing parent information night for the 10th and 11th graders that start at 6:30. So thank you again for doing that, along to the guidance department. And also, I believe he has Manhattan College Director of Admissions there as well. So this is a big step, as we talk about as a board, to kind of get the college fairs going and to get our kids more and the parents ready for college, especially when it comes to college essays and to hear what colleges are expecting. The field trips that Mr. Arthur has done, I think he's done a great, fantastic job moving the vision of the board ahead to keep this going. So, thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Allison?
Just a couple of things. First, I want to wish the varsity volleyball girls good luck tonight in their game. It's super exciting. They have not made it this far in a long time. Also, to kind of piggyback off of what Scott said, the College Cafe has been a huge success this year. Last year in Mr. Arthur's messages, he kept saying that it was underutilized, and I think this year the kids are really taking advantage of it, and it's been a real help to so many of them, and that's been great. And as far as committees, I just want to update everyone on our superintendent search, that tonight after our meeting, we will be going into executive session, and that will be with DistrictWise, who is going to be our search firm that we're going to use, and it's our kickoff meeting with them where we will start our process. That's it.
Great. All right. Thank you, Allison. Pete?
I don't actually have anything.
know
Yeah,
your voice
I'll
is-
keep my comments low today, yeah. Thank you for coming from me, I appreciate it.
Therese?
So as far as committees, Allison and I attended the Health and Wellness Committee, and my notes are actually on my desk at home.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We'll see next time.
And I'm like, don't worry, Allison, I'll take the notes. And now I'm like, it's all a blur.
All right.
Anyway, we talked a lot about, obviously, social and emotional learning. I think that everybody pretty much is on the same page, looking to bring in programs to help support that. I will come back with more detailed update next time.
All right, okay.
And of course, wishing the volleyball girls good luck.
Yeah,
It's exciting,
definitely.
they're playing now.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Thank you, Therese. So I really don't have, what facilities, we're meeting tomorrow? No, tomorrow? Right. So we'll have more to report on the facilities meeting, and I have not attended one since our last meeting, so. And good luck to the volleyball, and congratulations on all the athletic accomplishments, soccer, cross-country. It's been an exciting season, so good luck to those still playing. So that wraps up our comments, and now to you, Dr. Goodman.
Good evening, board trustees, community members, colleagues. This week we hosted our last week we hosted our third conference day of the year, focusing on the principles of universal design for learning. Dr. Keogh and our administrators designed a choice board allowing teachers to select professional development options that aligned with their specific needs and our strategic goals. Sessions covered social emotional learning data, multilingual learner support, technology integration, universal design, and staff wellness. Highlights included training on the learner active, technology-infused classroom, and collaborative curriculum planning. Consultants also joined us with Dr. Amy Litz, guiding our team on using choice to boost student engagement, and Mr. Mark Schneider coaching our music teachers. Our third grade team made strides by integrating social studies and ELA with the BOCES Northern Westchester curriculum. Additionally, as you heard tonight, our athletic teams and extracurricular clubs are doing spectacularly well. And as both people who came, both of our students told you, and we are extremely proud. Some of these are new programs that we put in, and some of these are first times that we've won these great championships in a long time. And that's just a testament to the work that the board has done in making sure that we have extracurricular activities and sports, and to the great coaches and teacher advisors that we have in the district. Also, both our debate teams debated this weekend, and I updated it in Facebook, and I will be writing about it also in the happenings that our teams are competing against some of the hardest high schools and private schools in our area. Overall, it was an enriching week that advanced our initiatives and empowered our educators and our students with meaningful learning experiences. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bates?
Good evening, Board Trustees, Tuckahoe Community. Tomorrow, the Facilities Committee will be meeting to interview 3 architectural firms that responded to our recent RFP. These firms will help us, well, the selected firm will help us address both immediate and long-term facility needs. This includes minor repairs and renovations, as well as planning for projects in line with our strategic vision in the future. We look forward to hearing them during this meeting and evaluating the options they bring to this table. This process is a critical step toward ensuring that our facilities remain safe, functional, and conducive for learning for all students.
Thank you. Thank you. So next is comments by the PTA. And just before you speak, I just wanted to thank the PTA because we have a number of donations on our agenda tonight. So just thank you in advance. So before we read all them, we really appreciate all that you do.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that, and you're very welcome. That's what we're here for. I'm Sue Warnes, 12 Henry Street. I am the president of the PTA. I just want to give everybody an update on some highlights from the past couple of months. We've been very busy. I also want to just give you a couple of sneak peeks at what's coming up. We had a very successful parent and teachers and staff night out at the Broken Bow about a month ago, not quite a month ago. It was really great to see everybody coming out and just socializing together. As I said, no shop talk, just kind of getting to know each other as people. It was really fun. Our Cottle Halloween party went very well. The Cottle committee brought in a new activity this year, which was a creepy animal a thing where this kind of like a zoo person brought in. It was not as creepy as you would think. An owl was one of the animals that they brought in. It was just really exciting, and the kids really enjoyed it. And overall, it was just it went off really well. Our new Environment and Sustainability Committee put on a Halloween costume swap, which was very well received. And that committee is actually going to be planning another kind of a swap thing for the spring. Things like dress clothes, dress shoes, the things that everybody kind of needs, and you hate having to spend a lot of money on it. So more to come on that. We had a great Cottle Book Fair also, I think it was last week, or it was the Halloween week, and that worked out really well. We had Dr. Keogh speaking last week to the community about iReady, which was super helpful to everybody who attended. We all now know how to look at our iReady reports, which was fantastic. So that was really great, and Chris was a great, engaging speaker. This week, you may have seen that down at Cottle, the Health and Safety Committee is doing Wellness Week, which has, each day starting today, has a different theme about talking positively to yourself. Fitness Friday, we're going to have the Grit Ninja coming in to culminate everything on Friday. Tonight, actually, there is at 7:30, in case anybody, if this wraps up at some point, but there's a nutrition webinar going on where there's a nutritionist who's going to talk about healthy eating. That's a new thing that we're hoping to also bring up to the middle school, high school in the coming months as well. This Thursday, we'll be putting on a chat with the principal, with Mr. Arthur, right here. Our high school and middle school committee are presenting that together as a joint event. Then coming up next month, we have our Cottle Holiday Boutique, of course. The other thing I wanted to mention that just came out today is our Spirit Wear Committee did very well with all of the fall fundraising, but then we actually have a holiday store that just opened up today. I also want to note, though, the school store also opened up yesterday, and so I want to make sure that everybody in the community knows, buy the sports stuff and buy the non-sports stuff. You can shop for everybody on your list, but I just want to make sure people aren't confused about those two stores. They are separate, but they both support Tuckahoe, so I would say go shopping and get some of that done for everybody on your list. And finally, just for membership, in case anybody still hasn't paid their membership dues for PTA, it's tuckahoepta.givebacks.com. It's only $15 dues, and that really does help us present all of our events and programs throughout the year. The final thing I'll mention is that the STEAM committee is working on their enrichment programs, which will happen during the winter time. So I'll have more of a report on that next time. And that's it for now. Thank you, everybody.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks again for all you do. It's great. Okay. So that brings us to our first recognition of the audience. So this is for agenda-related items, and just a reminder, it's 3 minutes. Anyone? No? Okay. All right. So then move to the consent agenda. Motion to approve consent agenda items 2 through 8. Motion, Pete? Second? Allison? All in favor? Okay, 2 through 8. Okay, this is to the board. So this is, we're not going to vote on this. This is a first reading of policy number 1120R. And I'm just going to read it. Does it say what it's called? Okay, so NYSSBA put out the attached policy. This is on board doc, right, Ron? Yes. They can, so anybody out there wants to read it, it is in our board docs. NYSSBA put out the attached policy update for policy 1120, school district records. The policy is revised for Public Officers Law 87, part of the Freedom of Information Law, FOIL. Requires public agencies, including school districts and BOCES, to develop a policy to notify employees whenever the district is responding to a request for their disciplinary records pursuant to FOIL. To keep the related topics together, we believe it is preferable to include this information in this policy on public access to district records rather than adopt a separate policy. So again, that can be on board docs if anyone is interested in reading that, and we are not voting on that. Okay. Second is adopt a policy. So we've already read this twice at other meetings, which is standard, and so tonight we will be adopting the policy, so I'm just going to read it. It is adopt policy number 4327, home or hospital tutoring policy. That is not the policy. Sorry. Okay. Recent changes in the law have necessitated revisions to the amount of hospital or home tutoring that school districts are required to provide. In the old policy, elementary students received 1 hour per day of instruction, and secondary students received 2 hours per day of instruction. The new policy increases the hours of instruction. Elementary students must receive a minimum of 10 hours of instruction per week, and secondary students must receive a minimum of 15 hours of instruction per week. Additionally, the updated policy includes more comprehensive details on the procedures related to homebound and hospital tutoring. These revisions are essential to ensure the district remains in compliance with current legal requirements and provide clear guidelines for implementing these services. Okay, so can I have a motion to adopt the policy? Therese, second. Pete? Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, number 3, approve a contract extension. Resolved to extend the contract with Mario Forgione Limited Landscaping, Contracting and Maintenance, the lowest responsible bidder from the 23-24 school year RFP for services in the 24-25 school year at the same rates as 23-24. Have a motion? Perez, second. Pete? Discussion? Okay, all in favor? Okay, number 4 is approve a contract extension. Resolved to extend the contract with Bryn Healy, Inc., doing business as the Flying Locksmiths, Westchester, Port Chester, New York, the lowest responsible bidder from the 23-24 school year RFP for services in the 24-25 school year at the same rates as 23-24. I have a motion. Allison, second. Pete? Discussion? Okay, all in favor? Okay, number 5, approve a transportation service agreement. Resolved that the Board of Education approves a transportation agreement with Briarcliff Bus Company, Inc. for transportation for the varsity girls soccer team for the New York State Regional Championship game on November 9th, 2024 at Wallkill High School at amount not to exceed $2,100. Do I have a motion? Perez, second. Pete, any discussion? While we said that they lost, but they did great this. They won the section, so we're very proud of them. So congratulations to our soccer girls. All in favor? Okay, number 6, approve an agreement. Resolved that the Board of Education approve an agreement with Lori Bauer for special education services at a rate of $1,000 per day, effective November 12th, 2024.
I just want to say something. It's 1,000 a day, 4 days a week.
Okay,
Up to 4 days a week.
up to 4 days a week. Okay, should we have that?
Yeah, we probably should add that, or we could say that,
Well,
right?
it's in the contract.
It's in the
It's in the contract.
contract,
Okay.
but I just wanted to
Okay,
make that
gotcha.
clear
Okay.
when you're voting on that.
Good, okay.
Okay.
All right, do I have a motion? Pete, second? Second? Sure, Allison, sorry. Okay, discussion?
So I have a couple of questions. So just, I know this is obviously a big thing, right? Having an intern director of special ed coming in to replace our old director of special ed. I know special ed is a very important topic for a lot of parents, students. It was one of my big topics when I ran for the board 2 years ago. And obviously, everyone can watch that on TV, see what it was. But anyway, regardless, I guess a couple of questions, Amy. I just wanted get out there for the parents, just to make sure who are watching and so they understand, I guess, Lori's role, right? So in her role, I guess it's a couple of questions. Will she be doing teacher observations regarding annual personal performance review?
Yes.
Okay. And staff meetings
Yes.
and professional development?
Yes.
Contracts with service providers?
Yep.
Okay, so basically, everything that Kate was doing.
Yes,
Okay, so
basically.
nothing missing, it's just taking
Right.
Lori and putting it in
Yes.
Kate's role.
Like an interim, yes.
I guess the other concern that I had was, you know, when someone resigns, you know, you post a job, right? And given we were under time constraints because it wasn't, whether it was a week or 2 weeks, whatever the timing was when Kate decided to officially resign, I feel personally that we should have taken this role and posted it to the public, on the website that, the OLAS, I guess, is the website that we used to hire. And it's kind of a process, right? It's a hiring process, right? Along with, whether it's a committee, I'm not saying we needed a committee, but when we hire someone of this statute, right, there's a committee involved sometimes, right? There's whether it's students or teachers or administrators, board members are involved. Now, given this doesn't have to go that deep because it was under time constraint, I just feel that this didn't take place in that manner. Now, who's to say we couldn't have received 2 to 3 great resumes in 2 to 3 weeks, you know? Therefore, having an intern who I guess was here 5 years ago, whatever, when she was here. But me personally, I was not involved. No, I don't think any board members were, unless I'm wrong, in interviewing or meeting or even, you know, involved in the process to hire this, or even do it to an outside, you know, to vet every candidate that, you know, listen, we can have people line up in Tuckahoe, right, that want to come to this district to be director of special ed. I mean, this is a gem of a school. And I just think that I don't know if we did it the right way. I feel that we could have did more. And that's my opinion on this, but.
Dr. Goodman?
Okay, so I cannot talk about specific personnel issues at all during this meeting at all, but the board did have some ideas about some of this. And as I was special ed director and assistant superintendent of special education, I do know that this is not something that you can easily find people that have the experience that just happen to be around at the moment when you're looking for them, and that it's a very, very, very hard and complex job. I would say it's probably the most difficult one in a school district other than superintendent.
Right.
And she has worked here before. I know who she is. It's an interim. It's not a regular position. And it's in the contract that we can or she can, with 2 weeks' notice, let them go if it doesn't work out
So
well.
it's a dual termination?
It's a dual termination.
So
So it's
would that
not,
be-
it's a
So,
daily rate.
You know, when you look at $1,000 per day, right? There's 29 weeks left of the school year. 4 of those weeks are holidays. So that's 25 weeks at 4 days. That's 100 days. That's $100,000 a year. Listen, I'm not saying I know how to run a school. I'm not a director of special ed. I'm not a superintendent. But as an outsider looking in, for $100,000, right? Could we as a district save money? And you may say that differently, and of course I respect your opinion, but could we as a district save that money, go to the outside, put the job posting, wait 2 months, 3 months, and find someone here internally in the meantime? We have very qualified people, administrators, to maybe do that role. Again, I don't know. Is there someone that's a special ed lead that can take that
Again, so I will tell you again that the special education director job is a full-time position that I believe cannot be divvied out to people. I believe it's very important to have somebody who has their finger and the pulse on special education, who is experienced, has a lot of experience at that level, not as a supervisor, but as a director, which is different, or many years as a supervisor. but not a teacher that's moving up or somebody that has another full-time job in the district. Look, I could do it too, but I can't do those two jobs at once.
I would love for you to do it.
But I will help out and oversee now that we have an interim, I will be, as I told you, a big part of moving forward with this department, as Ms. Bauer will not be here 5 days a week. She would only be here 4 days a week. I will be
But I mean,
involved.
technically, if we went, now again, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but if we went out to find a candidate through OLAS, through interview process, maybe we would have found someone for 5 days a week. It may not have been in 2 weeks. It may have been a month. It may have been 2 months. But could this ship stay afloat for 2 months, a month and a half, whatever it may be?
Actually, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't have
No,
the answer.
trust me.
That's all I'm saying. I just think the process, to me, I'm not saying it was flawed. I'm saying I would like to see a different process.
I don't think our students deserve to sit with like a patchwork solution for potentially months with a vacancy. And Amy, when you were the interim director of special ed, how did you, because I wasn't on the board then.
It's a lot of work. I
know.
I specifically had the position. I was paid daily, I think that same rate, and that was a lot of that was like 5 years ago. So it's.
Weren't you just appointed though? There wasn't
Yeah.
a search committee for you?
Yeah, and that too, but also,
So
that was the
there was a
beginning.
search committee for you.
Well, that was the beginning of July, that
Right.
happened. I mean, that was July or
But if you
August.
look at,
It wasn't in the middle of a school year, and I just happened to be around.
I mean, I'm sure there's very qualified candidates. I'm not saying Ms. Bauer isn't. I don't know her. I don't know what she's about. I don't know her resume. I know she was here 4 years ago. That's it. That's all I know personally as a board member. What I do know is I'm sure there's a plethora of candidates willing to come to Tuckahoe that have great qualifications.
I'm certain.
Okay, so wait.
That's what you do.
That much
looking
I'm certain
for the
of.
actual, looking for the replacement. I'm very confused by this train of thought, to be honest with you, Scott, because the whole purpose of an interim is to fill a critical gap while you look for someone. So the notion of doing a search for an interim, so then we can do the search for the real person, doesn't make any sense.
Well, maybe
to me
this-
at all.
well, maybe
And-
the-
and the notion that the superintendent wouldn't on her own, or he or she, fill that gap while a search is done, is how it's done everywhere. So I'm not following the train
Well,
of thought here.
don't you think that once we got word of our director of special ed resigning,
Right?
shouldn't that job been posted right away?
But no matter.
It's a yes or no.
Yes, but you still, you
Yes.
said yourself.
So
it could
my-
take, well, hold
so-
on, Scott. You said yourself it could take 2 to 3 months. So what are you doing in
It
the
could be,
meantime?
I'm just saying, it could be faster. We didn't have the timeline.
Okay, whatever it is. So,
But
so if we do that and it gets filled in a
Well-
week, then we stop.
Well,
we stop
but this
doing
also
interim.
goes back to number 7, which is something different that we can get into why that's coming into play with number 6. Because if we had 2 weeks, as soon as you get someone resigns from a position of that statute in a school, the job should be posted the next day, if not that night.
Not if it's the optimum time to post it. It's
What's
not-
the
it's not-
optimum time?
Because there is an optimum time to post.
I
for jobs.
disagree with that.
Well, you're not a superintendent. You don't run schools.
So can
you-
I just interject here for a minute, just because I am running the meeting now? Is that comments are appreciated. However, this is a personnel, and this is a procedure that we hire superintendent and her team to do, okay? So while your comments are appreciated, and I think it's important for us to comment and to say things that, for the public, however, this is not something that we're going to debate here in this particular format. We can certainly bring it up in executive
yeah.
session when we talk about personnel. But I want the public to understand that what's happening here is very much what happens all the time when a position like that, somebody resigns, we get an interim. Laura Barrow has worked here before. She knows our district, she knows our children, and we do back the superintendent, Dr. Goodman's thought process there, that makes the most sense for our students. So with that being said, the process now of finding somebody is starting, and we will be looking, and that is something, again, we will meet that person eventually when it's dwindled down, but we don't get involved in the nitty-gritty. That's not our job. We don't micromanage our superintendent. We don't micromanage her team. We trust them. That's why we hire them. That's why we're hiring another one. That's our main job. So our job is not to sit here and debate whether Dr. Goodman's actions in this particular case are good or bad, or whatever they are.
I'm not debating. This is just I had some questions,
Okay,
and that's how
so right
and
now,
my
I hope
thoughts
Dr.
personally on this topic. That's
Okay,
all.
I hope your questions were answered, because we need to move on, okay?
Well, can I just say
Wait,
one,
yes,
one more
you
thing,
can.
though, because I think it's important for the public to understand in terms of the cost. While this is going to cost us $1,000 per day, we're no longer going to be paying the salary of the previous special ed director. So it's not $1,000 plus. And I would imagine on a day contract like that, you're not paying benefits, you're not
No.
paying, right. So it's likely a cost savings
It
to
is.
what the
And it's 4
previous-
days a week, yeah.
Right, so
It is a-
I think it's a little misleading to make it seem like it's an additional $1,000.
I never
a
said it was
day.
additional. It's
Okay,
not. But
that's
I
how it
led the
seemed like.
$1,000 a day as maybe it could be a savings, but obviously Dr. Goodman said we can't have that savings because we can't do it internally, which makes sense. Fine, that's a fair point. So does it offset because our director has left? Sure, it offsets. I'm fine with that, and there's no benefits. Fine. I think just the process being it, and again, it wasn't listed publicly day one. That's all. That's my take on this. Enough said.
Can I just say one thing, Laura?
Sure.
Just a couple things? Okay, so it's not uncommon for schools to do this at all. The district that I work in, right now, we have 4 intern people. Nobody the positions were not advertised for. We just picked internal people that became the interim.
Oh, they were already at Pelham, right?
They were already at Pelham, but they were not, some of them no. Some of them were from outside, but some of them were from inside. But they were switched to different positions. So it's not uncommon to pick someone that you know to kind of keep things moving along, moving forward, while you do a search for the permanent person, because you want to get the best person that you can. So it's not an uncommon thing that we're doing. 2, I don't think we've known for weeks. I thought, didn't it just come out on Thursday?
Yes. Yeah,
so
that's
we've
when
only
I knew
known for
too.
a couple of days. This is not.
I knew when I
Whatever.
opened
Last week. Last week. whatever.
So it came out on Thursday, and yesterday was a holiday, so it has not been known for a long time. And then the idea of using someone within and split the position, I'm not in favor of, because we used to have this position be something that was split. It was technology and special ed, it was special ed and curriculum, it was, and it didn't work at all.
Maybe
at all,
maybe the
which is
word
why we
split is different.
created-
Maybe I meant take on the role or
but you
take
can't,
on the role.
it needs to be a dedicated person. We've already
well, that's
tried
what I said, take
people
on the role.
doing different things. and
Well,
it
I
didn't-
guess
it
no.
just didn't
I guess
work.
my thought was not split it, but someone here that's qualified enough to take on the role as an intern. That's what I was saying.
But
like,
then
so-
you would need an intern for that person's position. So right now, we have a special ed person who's been here doing special ed at a time, and so she's filling the position. It's the best way to keep it moving forward with someone who's familiar with the district while we look for the qualified candidate. Should we put out soon for the opening? Absolutely, but it did just come out on Thursday. I don't want people thinking that we've sat on it for a while, because we haven't.
And filling that role is the role of the superintendent, and we have a superintendent, and she filled the role while the process takes place. So it's perfectly normal, makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, I'm glad she was available.
Scotty, does that answer your questions?
Yeah, no, it's good. Thank you.
You good?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to move on to.
gotta vote.
Oh, I'm sorry, where were we?
Scotty,
All
all
in
in
favor?
favor?
All in favor, sorry. Do we have, all opposed? Okay, number 7, approve an MOA. Resolved that the Board of Education of the Tuckahoe Union Free School District hereby approves the memorandum of agreement dated November 12, 2024, by and between the district and the Tuckahoe Administrators Association as attached to the official minutes of this meeting, and authorizes the superintendent to execute the same. Do I have a motion? Pete, second.
You want me to
Terrell?
discuss it? Want me to discuss it? Okay, so I just want to make it clear in case people don't know what this is about. Because the administrators unit has this title within their contract, they did a memorandum of agreement that after Lori leaves, and definitely by June 30th, 2025, that will be over, and this goes back into their unit.
But does that MOA entail anything else?
What do you mean?
On the MOA, does it entail a different agreement based upon a timeline?
The timeline is at the end, from now until June 30th, 2025.
I think you're missing my question. I'm asking regarding the MOA, that basically,
Robin, do you have a copy of it?
right, but is there another clause in there regarding 30 days or nothing? Is that also in there, Amy?
Because she didn't give the 30 days, are you saying?
Yeah, is that part of the MOA?
Uh,
I'm just saying, I'm asking the question, is the
Yeah.
30 days part of the MOA?
We just did it right now. This is the wrong MOA.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
it
not
is.
in there.
Oh,
It's
I
not-
thought she
it's
said
not
it was
in there.
wrong.
It's the MOA.
No, I didn't see anything
Not the
about
interim.
it.
It's not about that at all.
No, I don't see it here at all.
Yeah, no, I read it. It's not-
Oh,
it's not
okay.
about
No.
So the answer is it's not in there.
it.
Okay.
This MOA is specifically about the interim taking the role of a union position.
That's
And
it.
that position going back. That's
And
it.
it'll
And the
be,
position
and
go
it'll
back to
clause
the
at
union.
June
Yes,
30th,
It
2025.
has nothing to do with the outgoing special ed director, nothing to do with it at all.
Does that answer your question, Scott?
Sure does.
All right. So that was our discussion. So all in favor? Okay, all opposed? Good, Robin? Yes. Okay. So now we have some donations to read off. I just want to preface it by saying thank you to the PTA. So accepted donation, whereas the Tuckahoe Union Free School District has been informed of a donation to be made to the district from the Tuckahoe PTA, and whereas the district would like to accept such a donation, it is hereby resolved to accept a donation from the Tuckahoe PTA to grade 4 ELA and Social Studies of Multicultural Text in the amount of $400. Can I get a motion? Therese, second. Pete? Discussion, thank you, PTA. All in favor? Okay, accept a donation, whereas the Tuckahoe Union Free School District has been informed of a donation to be made to the district from the Tuckahoe PTA, and whereas the district would like to accept such a donation, is hereby resolved to accept a donation from the Tuckahoe PTA for podcasting equipment for the high school in the amount of $240. I have a motion. Pete, second. Allison, discussion, thank you, that's a great, it's our new podcast that we have going now, so thank you very much, it's exciting. All in favor? Accept a donation, whereas the Tuckahoe Union Free School District has been informed of a donation to be made to the district from the Tuckahoe PTA, and whereas the district would like to accept such a donation, it is hereby resolved to accept a donation from the PTA for Foundations Hub for grade 2 in the amount of $2,250. Do I have a motion? Therese. Second, Pete. Discussion. Very nice donation. All in favor? Thank you. Accept a donation, whereas the Tuckahoe Union Free District has been informed of a donation to be made to the district from the PTA, and whereas the district would like to accept such a donation, is hereby resolved to accept a donation from the Tuckahoe PTA for multi-sensory room updates and equine therapy for elementary students with special needs in the amount of $1,500. Do I have a motion? Pete, second. Allison? Thank you very much. All in favor? And another donation from the, whereas the Tuckahoe Union Free School District has been informed of a donation to be made to the district of the Tuckahoe PTA, from the Tuckahoe PTA, sorry. And whereas the district would like to accept such a donation, is hereby resolved to accept a donation from the Tuckahoe PTA for the Grit Ninja for Coddle Wellness Week in the amount of $2,000. Do I have a motion? Therese, second. Allison? Discussion? Okay, all in favor? Accept a donation, whereas the Tuckahoe Union Free School District has been informed of a donation to be made to the district from the Tuckahoe PTA, and whereas the district would like to accept a donation, it is hereby resolved to accept a donation from the Tuckahoe PTA for Horses Help Autism Program for special education students in the amount of $500. Do I have a motion? Pete, second. Allison? All in favor? Great, very. All right, very good. Thank you again for all those wonderful donations, a great organization. Okay, personnel recommendations. Resolved that the Board of Education approves personnel recommendations A through F. Do I have a motion? Pete, second. Second. Therese, okay. All in favor? Okay, and now we have second recognition of the audience. So the public's welcome to come up. Just please state your name, address, and just remember that it's 3 minutes, and we'll be keeping time because we're trying to stay to that policy. Okay, so anyone?
Michelle Frett, 216 Midland Avenue in Tuckahoe. Thank you for allowing me to speak this evening. Today was the first time I got to see the board doc, so when I first saw that Lori Bauer was being brought in with an approved agreement for special education services, I was not understanding what the services were because it did not state that she was going to be the interim director of special education. I do want to say that is misleading to this community, as if that was part of the MOA and that was the decision of our superintendent, as is her right. I think it should have been stated correctly so that the families in the community would recognize that if, as we go down the agenda, we note that our current director is resigning. And she's resigning today if the board accepts her resignation with a date of November 15th, which is 3 days from today, of her leaving. Typically in New York State, districts would hold on to their employees 30 days after their resignation has been accepted. I'm wondering if Tuckahoe is going to do that with the fact that we are bringing in an interim for up to 4 days a week, and there's plenty of work to be done with the director's role. And then the last thing I just had a question about is when you are beginning the search for the director of special education, which, as Dr. Goodman said, is the second hardest position in the district, will the community be involved in the interview process and search? Because I think what is lacking here is the community's involvement in such an important position here.
Okay, so can I take a minute just to answer this? So first of all, yes, she is the interim director, and to make it clear, this has been very surprising and quick for us also, but I cannot talk about personal issues, as I said before. As far as the community being involved, yes, it's a very important position, and we want to make sure that parents are involved and that the board's involved and that teachers are involved and that all stakeholders are involved. And it is a very important position, and it's we would do it just like we do any administrative position in the district.
We put a committee together.
Exactly.
And that committee that sits, before I was on the board, I was part of that committee. Actually, when we interviewed.
Yeah.
Right. So it will be the same. Everybody will have input. Well, everybody, but there will be constituents there for feedback. Okay.
Thanks.
Anyone else? No? Okay. So,
If I could say one more thing, and I will be sending a letter out to the community tomorrow. I just had to make sure that everybody approved everything that was going on, to explain that our director has resigned and that we have an interim in while we search for a new director of special education. So the community will find out tomorrow. It's just after this meeting. I waited till we voted on this.
I'll just say that was, I think, good feedback about the way it was posted on the agenda. I think it should have said interim special ed director versus special ed services. I didn't pick up on that, but I agree with that. The personnel actions do list out, though, the outgoing superintendent's resignation, so that is on here.
Director of special education.
Director of special education, I'm sorry. What did I say?
Superintendent.
Oh, did I say that?
You did.
Sorry. But anyway, I think the feedback about how it was listed on here is valid.
Right, and the extra days that she's here also, she's working with Ms. Bauer on, putting her up to date. And one thing about Dr. Sweeney is everything is very organized, and she will be available. That was one of the things whenever we need her to update us on anything that we need.
thank you. Yes, I'm sure that will be. We wish her the best. And
Yes, we do.
I think it will be a smooth transition, knowing that Lori Bauer has been here before. I, as a parent, worked with her. She's very, very thorough, very knowledgeable, and it'll be a transition I think that parents will appreciate for the meantime until we find
Right,
something
and I
else.
will also be involved in the department.
Okay, great. All right, so no one else, so we're just going to convene to executive session. Motion to convene to executive session, Pete. Motion on second, Allison. So we will adjourn at the end of executive session, so. All in favor, sorry, all in favor. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, good night.